Rev up your engines!
The Dalai Lama says, Scotty, does Toyota sponsor your channel? No, I don't have any sponsors. I'm sponsored by the truth. As a matter of fact, I just made a video recently why Toyota makes good cars. They've got a different mindset in Japan, how they build things, and they make very reliable vehicles, and they've taken decades to make it that way, and they want to keep their reputation. Nobody's sponsoring me. Nobody pays me to say that. I own 3 of them in my driveway because I'm a mechanic. I hate working on my own cars. Most mechanics do not want to work on their own car. Something we don't want to do. We work on other people's cars. We don't spend our spare time working on our own cars. And there's no sponsorship here. If somebody makes a better car and it lasts decades like theirs, doing hundreds of thousands of miles, believe me, I'll tell you about it. It's like I say, you want to get a pickup truck, get an F-150. Those things can last hundreds of thousands of miles too. But there's nobody that's sponsored. I just tell as I see it from being a mechanic for 51 years. Carla Martinez says, Scotty, what brand oil and filter you recommend for my 99 Camry? Most oils in the United States sold are excellent oils. That's an old vehicle. I use Castrol oil, C-A-S-T-R-L, in all my Toyotas. I always have. I just like the stuff. I've never had problems with it, so I just put in regular Castrol oil, and it works perfectly fine. As for the oil filters, I use the high-end oil filters, the premium oil filters. Now, the thing is, there's only like 3 or 4 companies that even make them, like the Mobile One, the Pennzoil. They don't even make filters. Fram makes them for them. Now, as long as you're buying high-end oil filter, they're the best ones. And don't go to the discount oil stores and buy them, because a lot of times those discount auto parts stores, they mark up their premium filters way too much. I personally buy my own on Amazon. I look for the lowest price for a good premium, like a Bosch one or a Pennzoil and whatever, as long as it's the premium filter. And I get them for like $5 a piece instead of the 10 to 15 they charge at the auto parts stores. Doesn't matter where you buy them, they're the same company making them. Kyle Hansen says, Scotty, what do you think about Mazda's new Skyactiv, good or bad? Well, bad as far as I'm concerned, because I have to fix those things. They've had a lot of problems with it as they age. It's a very high level of technology. Mazda's a company that's known for making cars with high tech that later fell apart. A perfect example of that is their rotary engines. They kept trying putting rotary engines in. When I was young, they had the Cosmos, which backfired like mad and got like 5 miles a gallon for a little bitty car. Then they made the RX-7s. Then they made the RX-8s. And then they stopped using the wanker rotary engines because they kept trying to fix them, and they always kept burning oil and ruining the seals on the apex of the 3 corners where they had to seal those rotors. They do a lot of technology, and a lot of it's failed, and I'm not a fan of that Skyactiv technology. I mean, you can get good gas mileage and get power out of it, and if you're the type of person that buys a brand new car and gets rid of it when it's got 60, 70,000 miles, you'll probably be happy with it. But if you keep them forever, no, it's not the greatest technology in the world, because it does have a tendency of breaking down and costs an awful lot of money to fix when they do break. Novalik. Scotty, I got an 06 Honda Odyssey that makes a high-pitched whirring noise every time I start the engine when it's really cold. Any idea what it could be? The first thing you want to do is take the fan belt off the car first. Take all the fan belts off. Start it. If the noise goes away, you know it's something one of the fan belts drive. Then you just have to figure out which one. You could get a stethoscope, and when it's whirring, put it on each one at a time. See if it's the alternator power steering. A lot of times that's what it is. You want to pray that the noise goes away, though, when you take the fan belts off, because if it doesn't, that means that when you start it up, there's something in the engine or the transmission that's whirring internally, and that stuff can get really expensive really fast. And a lot of those Odysseys had cam problems, and those cams cost a fortune to replace. If it wasn't the engine or transmission, my advice would be get rid of the vehicle rather than spend the money on it, because that's going to cost many thousands of dollars to fix if it's in the engine or the transmission. Oh, Woder says, Scotty, you talk a lot about cars, but tell me about motorcycles. I've been a biker since I was a teenager. I know a lot about motorcycles. I like motorcycles. I have a Kawasaki Z1000 2010. Is that a sound motorcycle? What is your experience? Those Kawasaki 1000Zs, those are screaming motorcycles. They're very strongly built too. Kawasaki makes very well built, very fast motorcycles. That's the way that they are. They also make little rickshaw things that they use in China and India for carrying people around, but they make really good high-end fast motorcycles. That's a good motorcycle to have. Now, the main thing you got to watch out for that is yourself. Keep your brain from getting too excited, going too fast, and killing yourself by losing control. Those bikes generally go too fast for the ability of that person driving it to control it, because they are such powerful machines. I mean, when I was a young mechanic, hey, it was something to have a motorcycle that had 45 horsepower. Now some of these things, you know, they're pushing 200 horsepower. It's just insanity. It's beyond the ability of a normal human to control if you go full speed all the time.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.